So thank you all for being here. So excited to talk to you all about your Bradley experience, but more importantly for this moment, Black History Month. So to start us off, what is your favorite thing about Black History Month and why?
Schools, as a lot of schools don't teach about Black history aside from the big names, so it's nice to kind of have a whole month, even though a lot of us celebrate it for longer than a month, but to have a month dedicated to Black history.
It's not only just teaching about history that is not being taught, but also correcting what is being taught.
Martin Luther King, people don't really know this, but towards the end of his career, before his assassination, he was actually a little bit more militant. So he was coming from not just being peaceful, but more seeing that you actually have to take a stand and you can't always be peaceful. And the personally thing I like about Black History Month is that it actually invokes pride.
But for America or the masses, Black History Month is a time to really highlight a lot of that information, a lot of these misconceptions, a lot of this education for people who don't have the backgrounds that we have.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. Look at that. You good?
I've been learning about Black history since I could talk. I feel like I love the writers, I love the the social activists, I love the politicians, I love the artists, the dancers, the singers. I can't pick one. And that I think that's the beauty of Black history. It's so multifaceted. It doesn't look like one thing. There isn't only one aspect of us that makes us who we are. So I couldn't choose a favorite African American leader.
I appreciate it.
Sojourner Truth, for obvious reasons. Just because I think she represents what a lot of people think Black history or our history started off as. She was a slave, but she didn't stay a slave.
Like with the expedition to the U.S., they had a Black person with them then. I'm like, we're not taught that. It's American history. We are a part of American history. It's not just Black history, it's American history.
What are some things that you all believe Bradley students should know about Black History Month, but more specifically, Black or African American culture?
You don't have to have Black friends. The few you may count in your circle to celebrate Black History Month. You don't have to just rely on them. There are many people all over campus who are willing to talk to you about Black History Month, and asking questions if you don't know is always a great first step in order to help that.
I think it's important to be well-rounded and to know at least a little bit about everything. So don't say something if you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know? Go out and find out about it, learn about it, research about it.
Like, we didn't just advocate for Black people. We advocated for people that didn't have a voice.
Humanity.
Exactly. Like what Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
More than ever, we can find parallels between Black history and what's happening now, because a lot of it is repeating itself.
People have come to me before in high school and even elementary school and just saying sorry to me. Like,
Well, at least you got an apology.
I got I get that, but it's like we're past that part. We're past the civil rights, but now, as you said earlier, Soldier, we're actually, we're currently making history now about Black Lives Matter. I've had friends I've seen killed in front of me because they were associated with the Black gang. They weren't actually part of the Black gang. They were associated because they had either a hairstyle or they had a certain type of clothing. They wear the certain clothing a certain type of way.
Can you all help me understand how Bradley is helping you celebrate, appreciate, learn more about your African American heritage and culture?
I remember last year we did the die-in to help support the Mike Brown, Eric Gardner. Okay, we're having this protest to protest police killing African American students, but yet we have the police department out there like, I will protect you.
And I've had a few professors who came to the BU for Mizzou, and they were there asking questions. The fact they decided to come down from the 3rd floor of Bradley Hall, come down those steps in the rain, and be with the students and ask questions.
So a lot of my high school friends went on to pursue education at historically Black colleges or universities. I do not go to an HBCU. I go to Bradley University, a small private school in central Illinois. I am the minority here. But I have to admit, I never felt like I should have gone to an HBCU. I never felt unwanted here.
I'm actually trying to do a senior research project where I try to figure out ways to improve on other campuses what we have here at Bradley.
And one thing Bradley has taught us is to be a leader. That's one thing Bradley hands down has taught us. You come here, you're just like, oh, it's so like, oh my God, I'm the only black person in my class. How's this gonna be? But no, they make you feel welcome.
What has been your funniest moment as an African American student here at Bradley?
I befriended a girl who was white, and then the funniest thing she asked me, and I told her to never repeat it, to any other black person, do not ask another black person at all, do we use cotton balls? Do we use Q-tips? Or are we like protesting it because our ancestors had to pick cotton in slavery?
This was back my freshman year. I don't even remember what the class was, but we were talking about slavery. It was like, you know, Deanna, how do you feel? I'm just like, I wasn't a slave, so I really can't.
I just want to say thank you all for taking time to have a conversation about Black history. You all inspire me, and you are all Black history creators right here on a day-to-day basis. So I would like to conclude with just any ideas or activities you want to promote during the month of February, if you know of any. But also with a quiz.
Oh man.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Quiz.
scared.
Just a quiz. So, what is the name of the first African American astronaut?
Is it the one who's named after here? Lawrence? Yeah, Robert Lawrence. Robert Henry Lawrence Jr.
Ding, 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 ding.
Robert Henry Lawrence Jr. What was the first national Panhellenic organization to be created at Bradley University?
Oh, at Bradley? I thought you meant the first one.
Omega Sci-Fi.
I know that's that's what I was gonna say.
Omega Sci-Fi. What course did Dr. Romeo B. Garrett teach? Sociology.
Oh,
You should know that one.
What year did the first African American student graduate from Bradley?
1986.
Nope.
No.
That's pretty late. That's the first one.
1963.
No, it was earlier than that. We don't know.
I don't know when the first student.
The first documented African American student to graduate from Bradley, according to history, he graduated in 1917. His name was Merriman Hansberry. After student protests in 1969, Bradley University created Blank Week to highlight the history of African American culture at Bradley University.
Romeo B.
Yes.
We still celebrate.
Prior to that, it was called Black Week.
Really? This is called Black Week?
But so in 1969, the students,
Something else.
Right.
the students were very much like today, creating demands of what they wanted from the university. And as a result of that, the university responded with the creation of the Black Week, which later turned into Dr. Romeo B. Garrett Week, which is when? Striking out.
Is it in April?
Yes.
Yeah.
Third week of April. If any students are interested in any of our programs or any of the organized Black History Month programs, the calendar of events is available on our website at bradley.edu/diversity. You can go there and find the calendar, and you all are probably in organizations that are planning events as well. But I'm excited for this Black History Month, and I look forward to seeing what great things you all continue to do.